Welcome back to the beautiful Mediterranean island of Malta, where over the last few days 30 giant men have thrown heavy barrels, lifted cars and towed 20-ton trucks. We've had our fair share of blood, sweat and tears, but now all that pain, all that screaming, all that effort counts for absolutely nothing. Our 10 finalists have to do it all over again. They currently stand at the foot of one of the toughest mountains in sport. It's the final of World's Strongest Man 2009. Two Englishmen have made it through to this final. From Dartford, the 30-stone giant Terry Holland, winner of Group 5 and a genuine contender. And from Stroud, Laurence Shahlaei. He totally dominated round 4. Will he now step up, or will the occasion get to him? One thing is for sure, 5 times champion Mariusz Pudzianowski will have a say in the destination of this title. The Pole is arguably the greatest strongman of all time, but this will be one of the tightest finals we've ever had. Here, with all the action, your commentators Colin Bryce and Paul Dickinson.
Thanks very much indeed, Martin. Well, there we have it. Fingal's Fingers is the very first test of strength in this year's final. The rules are very simple. You've got a time limit of 75 seconds. You've got to put the 5 fingers over through 180 degrees. The heaviest of those is 320 kgs. Laurence Shahlaei has got some moral support in the shape of his wife and baby daughter. But the first Englishman we're going to see is Terry Holland. Did so well to qualify for this final, dominated his heat. He's up against a giant of a man, Brian Shaw from the USA. The Colorado man, absolutely huge. So this is going to be a good start for Terry. There goes the lightest of them. And Colin, he's got a good chance. He came through his heat very strongly.
I don't think we can judge how good Terry is comparing him to Brian in the fingers. Brian could well win this, in fact, very likely to win this event. So if Hollands can hang close, then it'll be good points in this event.
Well, Terry Hollands, he's playing catch-up at the moment. Brian Shaw has gone off like the proverbial rocket. And here goes the last of the Fingal's Fingers. That is huge. But Brian Shaw, one of the pre-event favourites, a great time for him. And Terry Holland's just struggling a wee bit, but he does finish. A shake of the head. It was wobbling all over the place. But there we have the leader, 32.37 for the 5 Fingal's Fingers for Brian Shaw. Terry Hollands, 43.07, still wondering what went wrong.
Well, Shaw just cruised through those. He could have done a 6th one, I'm sure. Hollands, though, I think he's suggesting that the finger was moving a little. Caused him problems anyway.
Terry, well done for getting all 5 there, but you did seem to struggle on the last finger. What was going through your head?
Well, I mean, basically, as I was doing it, it was moving side to side, and obviously, I want to be pushing it in a straight line. When it's the platform's sliding, it makes it like 100 times harder. So, I don't know, maybe it's a slight bit of bad technique from me, or just that the equipment's slipping on the surface, I don't know, but yeah, not very happy with that, to be honest.
Well, not too happy at all. Dave Ostland, he went 5 fingers, 32.08. So cracking time for the American, just ahead of his teammate, and Travis Ortmeyer of the USA in 3rd place.
Representing Lithuania, Zydrunas Savikas.
One of the favourites for the title, Zydrunas Savikas. One of the most experienced too, alongside a former world's strongest man, Phil Pfister. And the Americans occupying places 1, 2 and 3 at the moment. They could get the top 4 if Pfister produces something out of the top draw here. Away we go.
Well, if you remember back to Heat 2, Savikas won that heat ahead of Brian Shaw, and he won this event too ahead of Brian Shaw. So we know he's good at it. Some people think Savikas isn't an athlete. He's just a heavily built, static power man. But he can move, Savikas, and he's well ahead of Pfister here. And Pfister used to have the world record in this event.
Well, Savikas is going like a train. It's a fast time as well. That was superb. Zavikas 28.69, and the former world's strongest man, Phil Pfister, really struggling over the latter half of the course. 37.57. Big Phil will be gutted with that time. What a time by Zavikas. It's just been announced. A new world record in the Fingles Fingers.
Is Pfister the same force he was 3 years ago when he won the Worlds? I'm not so sure he is. But Zavikas, a world record. What a way to start.
In lane 1, from Poland, the current world's strongest man, Marek Pudzianowski.
Not just the current world's strongest man, but a man who's won more titles in this competition than anybody in history. Derek Poundstone, second last year, eager for revenge. What a matchup we've got here. Well, Pudzianowski didn't get away too well in his heats. Had a series of second places, but he really means business now. This is the final. This is where the big man comes alive.
Well, neither Pudzianowski or Poundstone are particularly good at this event compared to the absolute world's best. Neither man much over 6 foot, and that is a bit of a hindrance in this.
Well, this is bad news for Terry Hollands. Both of these guys making rapid progress. And before these final pairings went, Terry was down in 6th place. And look at this, Poundstone getting it over. That is good. That is very good indeed from the American. And Pudzianowski there really battled after a terrific start. But he finishes in 36.47 for 6th place. The big man has made a slip up there. And Derek Poundstone, well, he flew down the course, 35.38. But what a time it was set by Zavikas a few moments ago. He wins. Not just a world record, of course, but maximum points too.
What an amazing performance from Zydrunas Zavikas, a world record time, confirming him as the principal challenger to Pudzianowski's crown. The Pole could only manage 6th place in this toughest of finals. We're off and running in Malta. These 9 men are going to provide the Dominator with his sternest test ever.